Welcome to Graybo's Giblets. We are Gray Burnett, Ryan Fitz, and Duke Dotson, and we own a sports car shop called Graybo Sports Cards and a sports bar called Parlay in Richmond, Virginia. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets. We know you want to get in on the action, so we do the work for you. We bring you 30-minute giblets each week so you can feel good heading up to the window and into the weekend. We are the intersection of sports lovers, fantasy heads, sports betting, and sports cards. We're out here dropping giblets for the people, and it is NBA championship week. We have a few days before we get into it. I'm here with Denny one time to talk basketball. Denny, what's up? Fresh off Colonial Beach. Celtics are out.
Thank you.
We kind of missed our future bets here. I know we both had the Timberwolves 20-1 to win the West. We also had the Nuggets 40-1 to win it all, and they probably gave the Thunder the biggest scare in the playoffs. So how are your other bets going, and how do you feel about these NBA playoffs shaping up between the 1-seed Thunder and the 4-seed Indiana Pacers?
Yeah, I guess all of my futures are technically dead because they involve the Celtics or the Nuggets, and in that one case, the Timberwolves winning the West. After watching the playoffs so far, it's obviously pretty clear that OKC head and shoulders above like Cleveland and those teams, and it looks like, the toughest matchups for OKC were the Nuggets and probably would have been the Celtics. And I'm not sure anybody else can really put up a fight, but we'll see. The people have been underestimating the Pacers, including myself, in every series so far.
Same.
And it's pretty clear they're very well coached, they're very deep. They play as a unit. They have 11, 12 guys that can play, and sometimes they don't play at all. Sometimes they factor in a lot at the end, based on matchups. So I think it's going to be an interesting series. You want to get into handicapping yet, or are we still introing here?
I'm still going to do a little intro because you bring up some good points about the Pacers being this big underdog and knocking off the Cavs, knocking off the Knicks, and let's just look at I got some facts that I picked up on the Action Network, and the Thunder are minus 700 to win the series. The Pacers are plus 500. Since 1985, Denny, 33 teams have been minus 400 series favorites or higher in the conference or NBA finals, and those favorites are 30-3.
Yeah.
The Heat in 2023 beat the Celtics. That was a conference final. 2009, the Magic beat the Cavs in the conference final. The only final to have a big underdog winner was the Pistons in 2004 over the Lakers.
Ben Wallace,
Prince,
yep,
Rasheed Wallace.
Yep.
That was a good team. Chauncey Billups was the dude. So, like you said, we've been underestimating the Pacers. The Pacers' regular season win total was 46.5 wins. That is the 7th lowest of any team to make the finals since 2001. And you're looking at the Pacers. I want to give you a little trivia question first because you were talking about great coach. He's a great coach. Where did he go to school? College. Rick Carlisle.
I do not know.
Played with Ralph Sampson.
At Wahoo Wah?
Yep.
He was a Wahoo.
Big UVA guy, great coach. So they have the coaching. What the Pacers have that the Thunder also have is a very deep bench. I just think Oklahoma City can match up well with them. They're very deep as well. So kind of wanted to mention that before we get into Denny's facts here. Give me kind of your take on this series. Do the Pacers have a chance? Maybe how many games does it go? What do you feel like the rotation's going to look like? Things like that. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to bet the finals, obviously. Makes a lot of fun. You can bet who's going to win. You can bet exact number of games, exact 4-2, 4-1. A lot of times I'll try to pick the right team in the right number of games just to juice up the bet a bit. The way the odds are shaping up, obviously the public's heavy on OKC. So I think that provides some value on the Indiana side. I feel like that's where the value is, but I don't think I'm going to bet them to win the series, but might attack that some other ways. So, for example, the most popular outcome people are predicting is probably OKC in 5. I'm considering OKC in 6 or over 5.5 games. I guess my outlook is, again, I think the Pacers are a bit underrated. They've consistently surprised us. They don't rely on just one person. I expect them to keep the majority of the games close. And I feel like most people think they're going to win one game, and maybe 2. And so I think I'm going to go with the 2 theory. But you can get OKC in 5 at plus 210. You can get OKC in 6 at plus 440. So there's a lot of value there in 6.
There's a lot of value.
But the unexpected can still happen. So I just don't think it's a done deal. I mean, OKC very solid defensively. Obviously, I think we'll look back on this team as being very, very good. I think just like Siakam's a bit underrated in Indiana, I think Jalen Williams is a bit underrated in OKC. They talk about Shea and Chet, but Jalen Williams is pretty darn good as well.
A lot of people in the media and actually got this take from part of my take. They said this might be the worst Oklahoma City Thunder team to win a championship, because they're just going to be that much better each year of how many draft picks they have.
Yeah.
And how young this team is, and how much better they're going to grow together if they can all stay together and they can all pay them right.
Right.
Let's look at kind of the rotation, the starting lineups, just see how deep this bench is. Starting with the Thunder, their big 3, right? SGA, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, this core group of young talent. SGA, MVP of the whole league, MVP of the West. Jalen's kind of that do-it-all athlete, defensively and offensively, and then Chet's their big man, great defensive player. And then they bring in Isaiah Hartenstein from the Knicks, which is a great pickup. And then Lou Dory reminds me of like the KCP on the Nuggets run, right? He's kind of that junkyard dog that will kind of do it all. All right, out of those 5 guys, how many colleges can you name that they went to? Isaiah Hartenstein played in Europe, so he didn't get
I think you may have quizzed me on this a month ago, and I've forgotten some of it already. But SGA went to Kentucky. Chet went to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
You said Hartenstein's European. So Dort and Jalen Williams. I get the 2 Jalen Williams confused.
So, yeah, like the taller Jalen Williams went to Arkansas. And he was, out of high school, was definitely ranked higher than this Jalen Williams. This Jalen Williams played in Gonzaga's conference.
He was at St. Mary's?
You had to, not St. Mary's, but Steve Nash.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Yeah. You had to stay up late to watch him play, and no one really knew who he was. They knew he was good, but you had to stay up late to watch him. And then Lou Dort, I actually had to look this up.
Yeah, I know it's something weird. You did tell me this.
I had to look it up. I forgot again.
Where is it?
Arizona State.
Oh, really? Okay.
James Harden, Arizona State Sun Devils.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the starting 5. And then you look at how deep the bench is. Alex Caruso is probably the best 6 man that I've seen in this playoffs. Is just like watching him guard Joker and just kind of mess with Joker that whole series. He was the reason they won game 7 and game 6. Guarding Joker coming off the bench. You would think he's not a basketball player, but then you see him jump out of the gym. You're like, okay, I get it. Kason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, the other Jalen Williams, and then Isaiah Joe will get a few minutes. So they play 10 deep when they have to. But the Pacers kind of match up with that as well with their big 3, Halliburton, Siakam, and Turner. Then Aaron Naismith maybe turns into Reggie Miller again. Like he did against New York. And then Nembhard, who is a great defender, can be a streaky shooter, but when he's on, can shoot the 3 ball. Their bench is very based on, are we winning? We're going to go defensive lineup. Or are we losing? We're going to go with our offensive lineup. So their big scorer in Benedict Mathurin. If they're losing, he'll play big minutes. He's a guy like who's that? Oh man, Cam from the Nets, LSU. Cam Thomas comes in, will score 10 points in 5 minutes, and that's his night. T.J. McConnell could be a starting guard anywhere, and then defensively they'll go Obi Toppin and Ben Shepherd, and then you'll see. This is how deep. This is crazy. Thomas Bryant or Jarris Walker will come in for Miles Turner if he gets in foul trouble. Just so deep. That's how they were able to wear down the Cavs, wear down the Knicks, and get those series wins. They're a good team, and the more and more you talk about, getting more value to win 2 games, the Pacers, I'm kind of liking that, even though I'm kind of against you.
Okay.
All right, out of those 5 Pacers, can you name the schools?
The starters.
I can't give you.
Nimhard went to Gonzaga.
Nimhard's Gonzaga, play with Chet.
Yep. Nesmith. I'm struggling with Nesmith and Miles Turner.
Nesmith would be where Garland went.
Where Darius Garland went?
Yeah, do you know that one? That's tough. SEC, kind of more of a baseball school. He built trains. Monopoly over the railroad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Oh, God.
Vanderbilt.
I know Obi Toppin went to Dayton. I don't get to ask. TJ McConnell, didn't he go to Ohio State?
No, he went to Arizona. Mather and him went to Arizona.
Right, okay.
And then Obi, obviously, Tim's going to remind us of that
Sure.
every day.
Sure.
Halliburton
Yeah.
went to, this team wasn't that good, and now they're really like a top 10 team every year. Iowa State.
Right. Yeah.
Miles
that's right.
Turner, I need to look up, and I'll look up in a second. And then Siakam, God, New Mexico State.
New Mexico State.
Just
Okay.
random.
Yeah.
And must have been just a dog there. So I'll look up Miles Turner here in a second. All right, let's get into the betting market after breaking down each lineup in rotation. I have a few plays. Our futures we kind of went over. I did hit my best bet where I had all the favorites winning, right? Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, and Pacers in the first round all winning. I capitalized on that. That was nice. But then I had all Celtics, Nuggets, finals,
Right.
ticket stuff.
And woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah,
We got there.
right. We got there. We had a nice ticket on the Wolves, nice ticket on the Nuggets. It was a good sweat.
Yeah.
It just
The Nuggets would have beat the Timberwolves. So
we knew the Thunder were good, right? We were just hoping that Thunder are too young, they haven't
Right.
been there before. But their defense is unreal, and they just swarm you and wear you down. So let's get into our futures now. Let's rebuild. What do you have for the people? Future bet for the finals, and I'll be doing a bunch of same game parlays, but won't be doing that until the day of the games. So future-wise,
Yeah.
give us what you got.
I mean, I think it's tricky to predict on a prop bet standpoint which of the bench guys for the Pacers are going to factor because it does vary game to game, but you can also, after watching a game or two, you'll get a feel for who's going to be used in what situations. So I think you're flying a little blind right now on that, but just for fun, I'm going to take Obi Toppin over 13 PRA game 1, so points, rebounds, assists in game 1, just as a fun sprinkle. I think I'm going to take Halliburton over 17.5 in game 1, just as I'm mad I didn't get the MVP type thing.
That was so funny. Did you see him walk out?
Yeah.
And Pascal Siakam is their MVP.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Do you think Halliburton should have won?
It was
I gotta
close.
go back and look at the stats.
I mean, it's pretty close. I think he doesn't, even though people would put Halliburton as the number 1 on the Pacers, he doesn't stand out as number 1 like Shea does, like Jokic does, like Anthony Edwards does. So it didn't surprise me that much, but I thought when it's close, I usually give it to the bigger star. Usually how it goes. But I do think he'll be a little frustrated, but not frustrated is the wrong word, but a little motivated by that, I guess. So I'm going to take a little bit on Halliburton game 1 and see how he responds. I'm leaning towards, like I said, OKC in 5 or 6. I think you get more value, you get more plus money on 6 games. So I'm going to take OKC in 6 at 440, and I might still take them in 5 as well because you can, that way you get 2 ways to win. You still make money either way. And then finally, I am going to take the over 5.5 games at plus 120.
Okay, and you also had a little that would be Toppin bet.
No, I did that. I said that one.
You did?
Yep.
Did I just blank on
Yep,
you?
you did.
Oh my gosh, I was just waiting for it, and I thought I never heard it. All right, the first bet I'm going to throw out is this trend right here. NBA Finals first half unders are 66, 44, and 4 since 2005, including 18 and 4 in the last 4 finals.
Yeah, no, I like that, especially with this matchup with 2 good defensive teams,
Right.
first time in finals, first game jitters, all the hype, all that.
So I'm definitely going to take first game, first half under,
Yeah.
which is 113. It's minus 112. I still anything under minus 120 I like there. See if I win. If I win it, I might play it again. Just keep playing it. Keep playing it. I like this one. Halliburton to record a triple-double in any of the games is plus 425. He definitely will get there on assist. He definitely will get there on points. Can he get 10 rebounds against the Thunder? And I think he can. The Thunder are not that big. They're just athletic as hell. I like OKC minus 2.5 games. Minus 140, and then I like the Thunder series 4-1, the exact series. I think the Thunder win this 4-1 plus 250 are going to be my future bets. But I will be definitely sprinkling these same game parlays. You'll get every game. You'll get a boost on FanDuel or DraftKings. Use them. You'll get bets that you can use, and you'll get bonus bets back, like no sweat bets. So if you bet $10 and you lose, you get $10 into your account. So they're fun. You can hit some big ones. Usually if you bet $10, I try to hopefully hit like $100 lottery ticket. So definitely will be doing that as well. But those are my 4 that I feel confident about. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get into, before our best bet, since we are a sports card shop, coming to Graybo's, located in Richmond, Virginia, players to buy and sell. I just have 2. And mine are SGA, do what you want with him. If you're buying them now, it's probably going to be expensive, but I can still see them going up. I think the Thunder are just going to get better and better each year with all these draft picks. SGA, they're building around him. More MVPs to come. His price still isn't that crazy compared to like Anthony Edwards and other bigger names. I think he's a big name. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like Joker where, these guys win MVP, but other people like these other dudes that stand out in the media more, I guess. For Halliburton, I would be selling everything of Halliburton that you have before they lose this series. That's just my prediction is that they're going to lose. And his big 1-of-1 black finite prism just went for like $80K. New record, new Halliburton record. So people are buying them. Duke, you have any other advice with buy, sell, but besides those 2, or you have a take on those 2?
I mean, I agree that selling really any pacer that you have is probably the time. If for some reason you think they're going to find a way to win this series, that would be a big jump in Halliburton and others on that team. If that were to happen, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think when it comes to SGA, whenever you have a favorite in the finals, especially a favorite this heavy, the benefit of SGA winning the title is already probably mostly baked into his price today. The only exceptions of that would be if he plays really, really well, wins MVP. If they win convincingly 4-0 and they're still talking about dynasty and can they repeat and all that, maybe there's a little more bump when they win. But I think SGA's winning value is already baked in there. So I think if I had an SGA I wanted to sell, I probably would be listing it now. I may be waiting till game 4 or 5 when they have a series lead and they're getting closer. But I think, and I don't mind holding him. I agree that they're a good, solid, young core. They're most likely going to stick together. They're going to get more draft picks. There's a decent chance they're going to be a power for the next 5 years. So I don't mind holding him if you think they can win a second championship or something like that. But I would probably sell SGA soon. I would definitely sell the Pacers very soon. If they win a game, for example, Halliburton plays well, list Halliburton. Or, as you know, I've already listed mine. I've had it listed for 3 series now. So
might be too much.
Yeah, I would love somebody to buy that one.
Yeah.
I mean, think about like the
might
chances.
Just have to get rid of that one.
Yeah,
because I would say this is his ceiling, right? Like he's already in the championship.
It's got to be close,
right? Like
it's got to be close.
There's no way they do it. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
That no one remembers. They did.
No one remembers.
What cares?
Timberwolves went to the West again,
but
lost. And everyone loves Ant-Man, but Halliburton does it again. Now he gets to the finals, and it's still like it's close to
and think about the probability of the Thunder getting back to the finals in the next 3 years compared with that of the Pacers.
Yeah.
The Pacers still have to go through. Cleveland's going to keep getting better. Boston's a little iffy right now because of the
Tatum injury.
Achilles injury. But you gotta think they're gonna be pretty good. And then the Knicks getting as close as they did, they're not gonna give up on this core. They're gonna add to it.
And I tell you what, the Pistons,
Yeah,
they're
coming.
super young.
They're
Cade
coming.
Cunningham, Jaden Ivey will be back.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah.
So I mean, could they get back to the finals in the next 3 years? Sure, but it's much more likely that Thunder will get back.
Yeah, it's a good point. What's your take on Chet or Jalen, Thunder wise?
Yeah, as good as Jalen is, I don't think he is nearly as marketable as a lot of these guys, for a variety of reasons. But so I don't see people caring as much about his cards, even though maybe they should. Chet is probably more collectible, unique. A lot of hype coming out of college. Not many people that look like him, from a body type standpoint, and his skill set is very unique. So I think more people remember Chet, even though they probably should remember J-Dub, because J-Dub's really good.
I'm with you. Looking at sales, Chet definitely does more than Jalen Williams. Looking at some of their rookie Prism stuff, autograph stuff. Do you have any SGA in the fund? Have you sold a big one? Didn't
We
you?
had one and we sold it like halfway through the season when they were in first place.
I mean, made money. Like,
Yeah.
when you can make a profit and you sell it, but I bet that card is what now?
I bet it went up 20%, maybe,
Yeah.
over what we sold it
But
for.
you take your wins. I forgot about that. All right. Awesome. Let's get into our best bet of the series. We ride in, and me and Denny will not be riding with each other. We have the same exact bet on opposite sides. It's a series bet. For me, I am taking the favorites, which is a series under 5.5 minus 135. Under, I think it's 4-1 Thunder. I do think the Pacers get a game in Indiana. I think it's the first game in Indiana to make it 2-1. Then the Thunder win 3-1, and then they come back home to get it done. So, Denny, you're going the opposite. What's the number on that? You're going over 5.5. You think it's 4-2 or 7?
I'm getting plus 120 over 5.5. So yeah, I'm guessing 4-2.
So definitely better value if you feel like the Pacers. You still think the Thunder are going to win, but you think the Pacers can get 2. Definitely take the over 5.5.
So the way I'm seeing that is, you saw the Timberwolves got a game called a letdown game for the Thunder.
Right.
So I feel like the Pacers will get one letdown game and then one close game.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And they got to get that close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like the Timberwolves had that close game, didn't get it done.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for this
so
series.
we're on opposite sides here. So I feel like this is a good time for me to place a little wager.
Okay.
You let me know. You want it to be monetary or
This is like
a challenge?
me 3-putting in Golden Tee when I was winning.
Yeah. You want to tell the fans about that? He was up 3 strokes with 2 to play and lost.
And lost on the last hole.
Yeah.
3-putted.
That was tough.
That was a tough look. Tough look.
Well, think about what you want to wager. We should do something for the pod.
We should. You came up with it. Give me something.
You tell me monetary or punishment?
Ooh. I don't think it should be a punishment because
Something involving a mustache. Like
my mustache.
I get to trim your mustache one day or tell you how to trim it, and then I have to grow a mustache.
You can't. Can you grow one?
Give me 6 days. I'll have a little fuzz down
6
there.
days?
Yeah.
So you have to do it for a month.
No.
What?
Like
what?
No,
Your
a
punishment.
week.
That's not a punishment.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just bet $20.
All right. Let's just bet $20
That's a bet.
in a beer.
Okay.
Let's do it. $20 in a beer. I'm taking the under 5.5 series games. You're going over 5.5.
Yep.
All right. Anything else to add? Who's going to stop SGA on Indiana?
I think they're gonna keep throwing guys at him and seeing who sticks. So you think Nembhard?
Yeah, Nembhard will be thrown at him. Siakam maybe a little bit.
Got length.
Obi.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Obi's got length.
But man, Ben Shepherd maybe a little bit. He's a
Yeah.
good defender. But yeah, SGA is about to do his thing. I saw a bet that you think SGA gets 40 points in one of these games. It's plus like 450.
Plus 450?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get at least 4, maybe 6
he's getting
cracks at it.
30 every game.
Yeah.
almost.
I like that bet. I like over one time.
Okay. I might add that as a little bonus for you people. All right, that's going to do it. Like I said, really short giblet into the NBA Finals. Come watch it at Parlay starting Thursday night. It's going to be really exciting. And
How many of the call it 4, 5, 6, or 7 games will you watch here at Parlay? You, Gray Burnett.
out of the 4 or 5 games,
I got a number behind my back.
I'm good for 1.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
thinking
2.
2.
I'm good for 1. I
Okay.
was thinking 2. If I could sneak out of the house twice with my wife taking the young kids, then definitely 2.
Okay.
But
All right.
I know I can get away with 1.
All right, mine's 2. So
Yeah.
2 of the
All
6.
right.
2 of the 6.
All right, take our bets. Pick. We should post something as a little vote. You taking Denny's best bet or Gray's best bet?
Yeah, I like it.
See what they like.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna do it. We will see y'all later, and we'll catch us for the U.S. Open in a week.
Enjoy the finals. Giblets.